Hello, contact center leaders. John Ortiz with MiaRec here. A couple of questions for you. Do you ever wonder how many calls are coming in for each call type, whether they be sales calls, customer service, technical support? If they're sales calls, how likely are your sales agents to close those calls into new business? If they're technical support or customer service calls, were those issues resolved on the first interaction? Right. So all of these things and this data is gold, and it does live within your call recordings. But the question becomes, how do we extract that data from the call recordings? Right. So that's exactly what we're going to cover in this video today, because that's precisely what MiaRec's AI Insights feature gives you the ability to do. You can build out customized prompts to extract whatever type of info you want from your call recordings. So in this video, I'm going to show you how that works within the MiaRec application. And by the end of this video, you'll understand just how powerful this feature is and just how impactful it can be in your contact center. So let's dive in. Okay, so AI Insights, what are they and how do they work? Well, let me show you. So right now we are within the MiaRec application. So if I scroll down, we're within a single call recording, right? It's an interaction between an agent and a customer, and here's the call transcript. So essentially what AI Insights gives you the ability to do is you can ask questions to the AI about the call transcripts, right? You can ask things like, what type of call was this? What is a sales call? Was it a customer service call? What products were discussed on this call, right? Whatever you can think of, you can ask it to the AI. Then you can have the responses displayed under this AI Insights section of each call, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through a couple of these AI Insights so you can see how they're made, so you can idea for how you can custom build some for yourself, right? So let's cover this one first, call type, which is sales. So how did I get the AI to do that? Well, I mean, it's really, really simple. Within the MiaRec application in the administration portion under this AI Assistant tab, this is essentially where you can create AI prompts or, essentially asking questions to the AI, right? Or giving directions to it, right? So here is my call type prompt, and I'll show you how that works. So basically all I did was tell the AI to list the call type and choose one of the following options: sales, customer service, or technical support, and respond with the call type only, for example, sales. Right. So if we go back to this call, you can see that the AI listed this as a sales call. So it reviewed the transcript, and based on the content or the context of the conversation, it decided that this was a sales call. Right. And you can see on these other call recordings here, this is a new one. This one was labeled as customer service. And if we look at this one was called or labeled technical support. Right. So that's just one example of an AI insight. And we're going to continue to look at a few more in this video. Okay, so we have our first AI insight down. Now, what else can we do with this? So in this scenario, let's pretend I am a sales manager. And I want to know, on all of the sales calls that are happening within this contact center, how likely are they to close into new business? Well, I want to know that so I can ask the AI to help me detect that with all my calls. So you'll notice here under, again, the AI Insights tab, you can see that there's this AI insight called likelihood to close sales calls only. And it's saying, hi. Well, how does the AI know how to do that? Well, again, I told it to, right? So if I go back into the administration portion, you can see here's my list of AI prompts or instructions to the AI. Here's the likelihood to close prompt. So if I open that up, I'll show you, here's the prompt. But long story short, I said, based on the call transcript, tell me the likelihood that this sales call will close from low to high. And if it's already closed, mark it as closed. So if we go back to this call, you can see it's a sales call. And again, based on the content or context of the conversation, the AI decided that this one has a very high likelihood of closing. If I go to this call over here, it says this one has a medium likelihood of closing. And if we go to this call over here, looks like this one is already closed, meaning that the customer must have already purchased on this call. All right, so there's another example of how you can use AI Insights. Okay, so AI Insights examples 3 and 4 in this video. So let's dive in. And in this video, we're going to put on our customer service or technical support hats. So now maybe I want to know, and this is super common, obviously, in contact centers, is we want to know, are the issues being resolved on the calls, or first call resolution. So if we want to, we can ask the AI to detect that for us. So going back into the AI Insights tab or section here, you can see there's a AI insight called FCR and an FCR explanation. So basically, what I asked the AI to do was tell me if the issue was resolved on this call, yes or no. And then also, if it was or wasn't, give me a brief explanation as to why. Right. So that's pretty straightforward. And again, just to show you how it's constructed, here's the first prompt: analyze the call, or sorry, analyze the provided call recording and determine if the issue was resolved during this first interaction with the customer. Answer by saying either yes or no. For example, yes. So if we go back, you can see there's the yes. And then the other prompt here for FCR explanation, a little more detailed, but I mean, basically it's saying analyze the call recording, and if the call was resolved, either yes or no, just give me a brief explanation as to why. All right. So if we go back again to this call, you can see again it was marked as yes, and then it gave me a brief explanation which says, yes, the agent successfully provided the customer with detailed information about international roaming charges and options for their trip to France, addressing all of the customer's questions and concerns during the initial call. The customer expressed feeling more prepared for their trip, indicating that the issue was resolved. So great, right? And then, another example here of a call not being resolved, we can see that the AI is saying no. The customer's issue regarding the delayed package was not resolved during the first interaction. The agent initiated an investigation and marked it as urgent, but the customer will need to wait for updates regarding the delivery before the issue can be fully resolved. Follow-up actions were suggested, including the agent promising to keep the customer updated on the progress of the investigation. Right. So here are another few amazing examples of how you can use AI Insights to extract, data that we all want from our calls. Right. Was the issue resolved or not? So really cool use case there. All right. So I think we all have a understanding of how AI Insights works. You make a prompt, and then the response from the AI is going to be displayed nicely and neatly in this AI Insights portion of every call. And as you can see, I mean, we went over a couple examples, but you can do as many as you want, right? Like if you want to know which product was discussed on the call. If you want to know, in addition to the higher level call type, what was the specific reason for the call, you can do that as well, right? So you can get really creative with this stuff. Now, obviously, this is a really cool feature, and it's helpful at a singular level, right? But when it becomes really, really powerful is when you can start aggregating this data, which you absolutely can. For example, with call type, now that I have the AI assigning every single call a call type, I can build a report that shows me how many calls are coming in for each call type. So I can know what is the most common reason why my customers are calling in. I can build a first call resolution report, right? So out of all of my calls, I can see how many were resolved on the first call and how many were not resolved on the first call. And I can even break that down by agent. So I can see, agent John Smith, his FCR rate is 85%, whereas Jane Doe, her FCR percentage is 90%. She's better, right? So aggregating this data is when it becomes really powerful and really actionable. So I built you just a really quick report to show you an example of this based on the call type. So you can see here, call type, those 3 that we listed in the prompt. We can see how many calls are coming in for every call type, which is cool. So now I know mostly my customers call in for customer service, sales being the second most common reason for calling, and then technical support the lowest. Total minutes spent, average duration on each call. But I think when it becomes really, really cool is when you can start incorporating other types of conversation intelligence into these reports, in addition to those AI insights like sentiment analysis. So now not only do I know how many calls are coming in for every call type, but now I know, how my customers are feeling on those calls. Was it a very positive call? Was it a very negative call for each one? All right. So what's really cool also about these reports is you can click into these view calls and really drill down on that. All right. So I think that is a really quick, high-level overview of how you can use AI Insights in your contact center. So if you have any questions about any of this stuff, by all means, feel free to contact us. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a great day.